Hello, my name is Bas. I'm standing here at Page Springs along beautiful Oak Creek. At Page Springs there are two fish hatcheries. One is specialized in sport fishing and the other is specializing in rare and endangered species. Let's have a look.
My name is David Fox and I work for the Arizona Game and Fish Department. The Arizona Game and Fish Department manages the trout populations in the state of Arizona so that everybody has an opportunity for fishing and outdoor activities. We basically feed the fish every day. We keep the raceways clean. The rearing units are all cleaned daily and weekly. We load trucks and we stock all the lakes and streams throughout the state of Arizona.
Now that we've seen Page Springs, we'll have a look at the Arizona Game and Fish Department. Let's find out how they pay for conservation and what troubles they run into.
Anglers and hunters' dollars in the United States is what supports all wildlife and fisheries management pretty much nationwide. Both endangered species and sport species are supported by angler and hunter dollars. We have very small waters, they are very dependent on snowfall and rainfall, and they can disappear very quickly. And many of our species are in trouble, not just because of overhunting or overfishing. As a matter of fact, most of them aren't. It's because of things like water development or habitat destruction. And without those angler and hunter dollars, nothing can be done to protect those because there's no way to pay for it.
Now that we know a little bit more about sport fishing, let's go down to bubbling ponds, where they raise rare and endangered fish species.
We as humans have changed our environment so much so that certain species are now where they didn't exist 150 years ago. They're essentially taking over the watershed, the environment that these natives occupy, and they compete for food or actually prey upon the natives in general. And so that's why we do regulate and control fishing within this state. The responsibilities that we primarily possess here are fish culturing responsibilities, and that entails getting fish to the site from location A, B, or C, depending on what that may be. Keeps those fish healthy and happy. Healthy is the main aspect at this place. And to process those fish after assorting, and those fish become tagged and then sorted, and then we will stock those fish at different locations throughout the state.
The last person we want you to meet is Dave Ward, a researcher who is trying to save rare and endangered fish species through creative research.
So mostly what we do here at the fish hatchery is we're working on trying to keep rare fish from going extinct. Most of my work is in these small tanks where we can grow small fish that only get to be a couple inches long. So we basically have to try and figure out what makes these fish work. So a lot of times that requires some creativity in coming up with materials and things for tanks. We've recently used some recycled military surplus bomb containers that we're using to make some raceways to hold fish. What we're trying to do is mimic a natural hydrograph or a natural flood regime. So we've created some artificial stream systems where we can simulate flood events. So a lot of people would question why bother with these little minnows or little fish. They might not be very interesting to look at, but each one of these species is an important part of an ecosystem, and as we lose them or as they go extinct, then we're losing important functional parts of those ecosystems. I'd like us to keep a few of the species around for the following generations to have as well.
For the variety of the Verde Valley, this was Bas Heremans.